It's a pleasure to welcome Professor Yogesh Singh, whom all of us have hailed as an aspiring and inspiring academic head for last 30 years of our existence. Professor Yogesh Singh recently has been appointed as Vice Chancellor of the prestigious Delhi University by none other than Honorable President of our country. Welcome, Professor Yogesh Singh, sir.
Thanks
Welcome to this podcast. This podcast series, as my audience also knows, is called as Stalwarts Speak, where all eminent officers like yours would be requested to give their opinion about leadership programs of the country.
Very nice.
Thank you. To begin with, we come to our mutual comfortable topic, which is Digital India program. All of us know that Digital India program is expected to create a $1 trillion economy by 2025, which will give us labor opportunities, employment opportunities and business opportunities. However, in pandemic times, we've had kind of a setback in certain flagship programs and encouragement on another. So what is your vision about post-pandemic Digital India program?
Very nice. We all know that Digital India is very important for India, and Government of India has taken many initiatives.
Yes.
And because we want to transform India into a digital society, economy is also expected to be fueled by the digital initiative. And when you are saying that 1 trillion economy contribution from digital initiative, yes.
Okay.
2025, because right now India is having, like, we have 3 trillion economy, and we were at 5th place, then we came to 7th place because France and UK and India, now they all are in and around 3 trillion economy.
Okay.
But we cannot satisfy ourselves
Yes.
only up to 3 trillion, we want to be 6 trillion economy in coming years.
Yes.
And digital initiatives will be front runner in that direction. That's very important aspect of digital initiatives.
Yes.
That's why you have rightly said the flagship program of Government of India.
Yes, sir.
In 21st century,
Yes, sir.
most of the initiatives are directly or indirectly related to digital.
Digital India.
And Indians are doing extremely well there. Like Facebook, 34 crores Indians are on Facebook,
Very
highest
true.
in the world.
Highest in
After that, the US, only 10 crores.
Okay.
Then WhatsApp, about 40 crore Indians are on WhatsApp.
WhatsApp, okay.
But second is not US, second is Brazil, 10
Okay,
crores.
okay.
US is only 7 crores.
Okay.
It means what? When it comes to usage of technology, we Indians are doing extremely well. So we have achieved level 1.
Okay.
And in 2011, Steve Wozniak,
Okay.
we all know, the
Yes,
co-founder of Apple, he said Indian passion for technology is highest in the world.
Oh, really?
He said that
Okay.
because he must be referring to the usage of technology.
True.
Because level 1 is fine, but now we have to aspire for the level 2, where
Okay.
we create technology, where we participate in the technology creation and manufacturing.
Okay.
And I am very happy
Yes,
that
sir.
Government of India is taking many steps for that, like manufacturing of chips in India, export of mobile phones from India.
Yes.
Like up to 2014, we were importing and using 5 crore mobile phones per day.
Okay.
But now, at least we are assembling mobile phones in India. So things have changed, and everyone has realized the importance of digital
Digital India.
initiatives.
Yeah.
And that's why I am quite hopeful that this digital thing will contribute more than 1 trillion in the economy. No doubt, no debate on that.
Okay.
And when it comes to the, like now, industry 4.0, everyone is saying
Talking
it,
about
and
Yes.
it is dependent on AI,
Yes, sir.
dependent on data analytics, dependent on machine learning, IoT.
Yes.
These are not the words.
Okay.
They are in the foundations of numerous applications which will come out of it. And I am very hopeful that now India will not only participate but provide leadership in some of the areas.
Excellent.
That's why I am very hopeful that we will contribute
If you are
1 trillion
hopeful,
from
the whole
digital
higher education institutes are hopeful. That's the
yes.
best part. I really like the way you said level 1, level 2. So level 2 is more about, I think, Atmanirbhar Bharat,
Yes.
being self-reliant in manufacturing and everything. Very nicely pointed out. Very recently, as you rightly pointed out, India is moving ahead. Our Honorable Prime Minister had talked about Gati Shakti.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it is about a multimodal transportation thing, which is also relying on digitalization a lot. And I'm very sure its main aim is minimum government and maximum governance. So do you think platformization of governance verticals is possible in Indian context?
Yes, it is possible. We have no option but to do it. Reason
Okay,
is,
okay,
we have
know.
no option.
Okay.
Like Gati Shakti.
Yes.
It means what, we want to transform our country from developing nation to developed nation. Roosevelt had done it for US. When he was the president, US was also facing many problems. He decided a similar kind of thing, Gati Shakti, in US.
Which year was that?
It was somewhere in 1942-43.
Oh, that long.
That.
Okay.
And after that, this Japan also.
Okay.
After Second World War, Japan suffered a lot. But then they decided to place world-class civil infrastructure, electricity infrastructure,
right,
gas infrastructure, and so many things. We have two success stories in the last 70, 80 years, Japan and US. See now, India is also at that stage. We should have good class highways we are having now. Things are changing. We should have broadband connectivity, fast broadband connectivity at every village. Now Government of India is investing in that.
Yes, very true.
Third is electricity to every house. Now I hope that now we have different connectivity now for commercial tube wells and all, one line. Second is for the domestic usage of electricity. And government is now in a position to supply 24 hours electricity to the houses of India. And you will be happy to know now India is a power surplus country. India is not a power deficient country, We are power surplus. Because some states are not in a position to purchase power. That's why, because due to the cost, due to the financial conditions of a particular state.
True.
But at least that level has achieved. Now we don't have the scarcity of power in our country. Then we have different feeders for domestic as well as the commercial
industry.
Many states. And for the agriculture, tube wells, and for other facilities one line, and for the house usage another line. It means there they are giving 6 to 8 hours, another 24 hour supply at the residences of the villagers. This has changed the scenario of rural India. Now think about the gas. Now gas, we have backbone network in India now.
True.
Many companies are doing. In Delhi we have IGL. But in many cities of our country now, different companies are doing the work. And I am quite hopeful that in another 10 years, every city will have this gas connectivity. And after that, we will go for the village also. Now, because cities are now having this piped gas, so cylinders are now going
obsolete.
to
the villages.
Rural India.
So
they are now serving rural India.
So that surplus is being siphoned out.
Now you go to Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, many villages the people are using now gas.
So gas chullas are out. Gobar gas.
And this electricity thing and gas both have become reality now. So quality of life is changing,
improving.
That's why and so this Gati Shakti initiative, because they are saying that 100 lakh crore will be invested in the various schemes. So I am very excited about this. Then the whole scenario of our country will change, and India will become a developed nation in our lifetime. We will see that developed India in our lifetime.
That is such a beautiful, change and a dream fulfilled, I can say. And you use the right word, quality of life. For quality of life, who knows better than you that education is a prerequisite. And in pandemic times, education flooded up on online platforms. However, taking in account Indian reality, if the data, we go by data, only 8% rural students had access to online education. Even in, you talked about cities, so even in urban areas, only 25% were found online in a particular data. So, how would India, as a visionary, I would ask you, how could India cover this knowledge gap which happened because of COVID?
Pandemic affected all of us, no doubt.
True.
No doubt on that. And the second wave was very, very dangerous. But in March 20, when it started in India, and I was Vice Chancellor of Delhi Technological University, a leading technology institution, then I conducted a meeting with the deans and head of the departments. We should do something. they were not aware of. We were not aware of the way in which classes can be held online.
Okay.
But within 15 days,
Okay.
everyone was ready for it.
Excellent.
And then in May, from 1st May, we started online classes,
Okay.
which was a new concept for all of us.
Okay.
Then we also did this proctored, AI-based proctored examination system.
Okay.
And the students were, they could do their examination.
Without cheating.
That is very difficult to say.
Okay. So what was the
but, you
purpose
know,
of AI there? Like
No. AI means what?
Students online.
Students, but because our students are very bright, intelligent, they have ways and means to.
We understand. To
some
go around the
students
system.
might have done something, but overall it was a success.
Okay.
But the point is, Indians were ready for a change. And then we have seen in the last 1.5 years, total academic scenario has changed.
Yes.
All teachers are taking classes online,
Yes.
which was not easy for them also, but
Yeah.
they changed. Students are also attending classes. So with the help of technology, we could save 2 years of our dear students.
Yes.
That is the positive aspect of this.
the
We could
pandemic.
save.
Yeah.
And then continuous assessment system, which everyone was talking about, that we should come out of rote learning and we should have continuous assessment. And most of the universities implemented that continuous evaluation system. Although there are some pitfalls, there are some black sides also, but that because we are evolving that process, so it will take some time.
Very true.
But with the energy and enthusiasm, this concept we have implemented in our country, which is a great success, great success. But now after pandemic, which you asked, now because we are used to online, but now we have to change our teaching learning process.
Excellent.
We should take advantage of technology. Technology is on our side now.
Yes.
Then we should implement the concept of flipped classroom.
Okay.
It means what? Teacher is expected to prepare a video of the lecture of 15 minutes, 10 minutes.
Okay.
Give it to students, say 2 days before the class.
Okay.
And students are expected to go through that
Go through
once, twice.
Okay.
So when they are coming to the class, they have the relevant desired information with them.
Okay.
They may not be able to relate that information.
Yeah.
Then the teacher will start discussion in the class.
Okay.
And after that, they will relate the concept to examples. They will also relate the concept to the experiments. So total scenario will change. Now students are coming to us. They're saying, sir, classrooms are very boring. Do something in the classroom.
Right.
Because we have information available with them. We don't want the what should I say?
Conventional system.
Conventional method where we are giving information.
Ji,
So
ji,
there are ways where we can get information, but how to use it, how to understand that, how to relate it to the examples, how to relate it to the experiments, and then create something new,
Very true.
which we call Bloom's taxonomy. Like the last level is creation.
Yes.
So we first is the definition, define.
Yeah.
So definition to creation, we want now to focus on originality and creativity.
Okay.
In 2011, I was in US.
Yes.
I was discussing with the president of a university. Then he said, I am worried about the future of US.
Okay.
So why are you worried about the future of US?
Yeah, I know.
He said, in the last century, manufacturing industry shifted from US. Now we don't have manufacturing.
Yeah.
Recently, service industry has also shifted from US.
Okay.
Now only from where we will get jobs,
Okay.
from where we will provide opportunity to our young Americans.
Okay.
Only 3 words can save us:
Okay.
originality, creativity, and innovations.
Okay.
So we have to focus on that if we want to be in the game. Then I was thinking, we don't have that type of manufacturing in India.
Yes.
Service industry is also very porous in India. So our challenges are similar. It means what? If we have to survive and provide leadership in some of the areas, these 3 words are equally important for us.
Originality,
creativity, and innovations.
Okay.
And that's why, this technology will provide that space to us, that in the
Okay.
classroom, now teachers should change their mindset. Focus on new things. If you are if you are teaching Ohm's law, we know V is equal to IR. But then what are different applications of Ohm's law?
Yes.
Then how can we think of something new using the Ohm's law
Okay.
or such similar concepts? Right now, rote learning, like we know, state, Ohm's law, and gave 2 applications. So we say stay at home's law, gave 2 applications, but now time has changed. And in India also, education of India is also changing, and we are in the process of transforming this. And I hope that now our focus will also be on these 3 words: originality, creativity and innovations, to provide jobs to our young Indians, to provide opportunities, and then they should create jobs for others, because so the entrepreneurial skills, most of the universities are now focusing on that. And you know, in the next couple of years you will see the change.
Great. Do you think new education policy has contributed to these 3 C's? You talked about originality, creativity and innovation. So can you just explain to our audience about contribution of NEP for especially these 3 aspects you mentioned?
You know, National Education Policy is a wonderful document. It's a policy document basically. And then it provides guidance, it provides direction, it provides enthusiasm also, and it provides, you know, that we should do something. But the point is, we have to do something here. Implement.
Right.
So there are many good provisions there. But the best, like what I feel in NEP is, it is student centric. It is student centric. It is not teacher centric. It means what? There should be enough adequate flexibility to student that I want to do this.
Very well explained.
Like in, so it forces us, I am purposely using word forces us to provide open and flexible curriculum.
Us means the administrators, the designers, the teachers,
and policymakers.
And the policymakers.
And the policymaker, it forces us that please focus on open and flexible curriculum. Like in my previous institution, we have implemented that if someone has taken admission in electrical engineering, that is your major electrical engineering. But that you have to get 50% credits from that. But in addition to that, next 50%, a student can decide that if I am interested in computer science, AI, database, or say economics, management or something. Anything. So you can take major in electrical engineering, minor in economics, minor in management, minor in AI, minor in biotechnology, like that. So students will decide about the curriculum. That I want to study this.
So there is no hard and fast silos.
Should not also that because rigid curriculum days are over. So this is one thing which NEP is forcing us to do. Second is, you know, multiple entry, multiple exit. It means what? If I say after 3 years, I want to go out of the system, I will get something. It means a graduation degree. And the next year if I again invest in that, then I will get advanced thing. That terminology will be coined very soon because National Higher Education Qualification Framework will come very soon, where they have already defined it, but we are waiting for the regulation. This is one aspect. Second aspect is, you know, academic bank of credit. It means what? I am a student. I want to study a course which is not available. Faculty is not available in my institution. Then I am allowed to register, suppose in IIPA.
Wonderful.
I can take a course from IIPA. The credit earned 4 credits of that course will be accounted for my degree. So all such credits will be in the academic bank of credit, where every student will have a login ID and password, and then after completion of the adequate number of credits, degree will be awarded. It means I can take few courses from where the best faculty is available from IIPA, 2-3 technology courses from IIT Delhi, and 1 or 2 from JNU, 2 from DU, and 50% credit from my respective institution. The institution which will give me degree.
Awesome.
So if I am as a student, I am choosing the subject as per my interest. Naturally, my commitment will be more. My enthusiasm will be more, and my performance will improve. Then in the such students will be able to do something very good. Practical aspects, and you know, based on the interest. What happens actually, suppose I have done 12th. I want to do economics. But when I start इकोनॉमिक्स वो यार मजा नहीं आया.
Very true होता है.
I don't want to.
हमारे बच्चे हमेशा करते
But flexible curriculum, it is possible that you can change your track, but otherwise it is not possible.
हैं. Okay.
In the present scenario, in the rigid curriculum, it is not possible. So this national education policy provides such tracks, different tracks, you can change as per your interest. That's a wonderful thing, and many countries are doing it.
Very
We will not be the first country.
Okay.
Many countries are doing it.
Okay.
So that's a student-centric thing,
Yes, sir.
which is very good, and I hope, and that promotes originality, creativity, and innovation.
Innovation.
Also, and entrepreneurship.
Very true.
So that now Government of India is saying every university should have incubators, business
Okay.
incubators,
Okay, that's very
where they can start their companies.
Okay.
Then you will get credits also.
Okay.
And experiment, universities are funding those projects, companies,
Very
10
true.
lakhs, 15 lakh, depending upon the financial condition of a university.
True.
So we are supporting our students to create companies.
Yes.
Why this is important? I have told you Steve Wozniak's statement in 2011. He said, Indian passion for technology highest in the world. But in 2017, the same fellow said, I doubt the creativity of Indians.
Really?
I doubt the creativity of Indians to create world-class tech companies.
Okay.
But it means what? He is challenging
cha-
us.
हाँ,
He is challenging us.
Okay.
That
Yeah.
in 2011 he was saying
India is the best in
Best.
technology.
and
Or
now he is saying, I
17,
doubt the creativity of Indians.
Right.
He was referring to the list of Forbes 500 list of
Okay,
companies
startups.
based on market capitalization. And in the
Unicorns.
first 500 companies of the world,
No India.
no, there are 5 companies of Indian companies.
That's interesting.
But IOC,
Okay.
Reliance,
Okay.
BPCL, HP, Rajesh Exports is a jewelry company,
Okay, ji.
and State Bank of India. So he said 3-4 companies are in the petroleum business. They are not doing any creative work.
हाँ, वो तो
They
already
are
हाँ.
purchasing
Minting है,
oil
yeah.
and
Yeah.
processing it.
Yeah.
One is a bank, State Bank of
वो भी
India.
out हो गया.
One is a jewelry company.
Okay.
So in the first 500 list of world company, there is no tech company.
No tech company.
Indian tech company.
Okay,
And China, there are many Chinese companies.
Okay.
But no Indian company. He said, I doubt the creativity of Indians to create world-class tech companies.
Tech companies, okay.
So he is challenging us.
Okay.
And we have to,
Rise
we
up to that.
Oh yes, we have to work very hard, and in 2025 or 25-26, he
Prove
should
him
say
wrong.
that, I was wrong in 2017-18.
Very well said.
India has created many tech companies. From where those companies will come? From university system, those companies will come.
Excellent.
That's why now Government of India is supporting us.
Okay.
Universities are also very proactive. Many students are working during their studies. They are working on different projects, creating their companies, and some of them maybe
Unicorns also.
successful companies.
Yes, sir, true.
So we are waiting for that success. So that type of scenario which is changing now. For example, this Steve Wozniak, we have to prove Steve Wozniak's statements wrong. We have to prove him wrong with our hard work. When in 1947,
Yes.
the debate was going in British Parliament
Yes,
about the India Independence Bill.
Okay.
The leader of opposition was Winston Churchill.
Okay.
He was the Prime Minister before that. So he said, Mr. Attlee, who was the Prime Minister in those days, he said, Mr. Attlee, you are committing a historical mistake. Indians do not know D of democracy.
Okay.
And you want to give them democracy?
The whole country.
There will be chaos.
I remember reading it.
There will be chaos in India. And there may be bloodshed also. Who will be responsible for that? But now after 75 years of independence, we can proudly say that we have proved
best
you wrong,
democracy.
Mr. Winston Churchill.
Yeah.
India has the largest democracy,
And the successful one.
सक्सेसफुल डेमोक्रेसी,
True.
वेरी इफेक्टिव डेमोक्रेसी. हमारे यहाँ कभी सत्ता छोड़ने के लिए झगड़ा नहीं हुआ.
बिल्कुल नहीं हुआ. सही कह रहे
एक
हैं.
पार्टी हारी तो दूसरी आई.
Smooth transition.
Smooth transition. No chaos at all. Wherever, whether it was in any state or it was at center. In
Yes,
the
sir.
last 75 years, it means what? Indians are the most democratic persons in the world.
And we proved
We have proved.
Winston wrong.
Now we have to prove Steve Wozniak also wrong. That,
For big tech.
and we feel that in 2025 or 26, he should say that, I was wrong. my statement.
That's a wonderful vision.
Otherwise, he's a great admirer of India.
I know all
He's
his
a great
other,
admirer
yeah,
of
true.
India, and he is a great supporter also. So, but you know,
He made that statement. I rightly understand from this conversation that every challenge is an opportunity. So it's an opportunity for
it's
us.
an opportunity. We are taking that way only.
Yeah, we are
taking that way
So
only.
that's why you are the leader. And you are leader of students and teachers both. Now, there is one aspect, you talked about Startup India, you talked about business and, you know, opportunities for our country in big tech. But there is another aspect which India, like we have 1.5 lakh students sitting for civil service exams every year. So, the lure of civil services is still intact, thankfully intact. And these aspirants grow from universities like yours, Delhi University, but they need to know fundamentals of good governance, the basic principles of good governance. So what is an higher education institute like Delhi University doing for giving them these foundation concepts of good governance?
You know, these civil servants,
Yes.
they have also done extremely well, meaning thereby the concept is very good. Like
Yes.
someone is from Gujarat cadre, someone is
sir.
from
Odisha,
UP cadre,
yeah.
Odisha cadre, then they can work in central government also,
True.
that respective state, and they are not from that state.
Yeah. So
They are not from, so when we say the integration of India, they have played wonderful role in integrating our great nation.
country.
That we have to appreciate that. Bureaucracy has
understand.
played
Very well
very important and pivotal role in that. There are shortfalls. People criticize that they don't
is
believe
okay.
in, they don't believe in, they believe in complacency. I don't agree that also. But besides that, most and foremost contribution is unity of India,
Yes.
which they have contributed in the strengthening the unity of India.
They've inspired us to love our
yes.
country the
That's
way
why,
they. Yes.
and then the service for India. So that's why students are otherwise salaries are तो उतना ही है जितना सबका
कम ही
है.
है.
हाँ, so salary wise तो ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. But the zeal that I want to do something for my country, this is one way of doing so.
Okay.
Like if we say we want to make India as a developed nation, so developing to developed, the effort of bureaucracy, you know, everyone wants to contribute. That's why, you know, 10 lakhs, 15 lakh people are
Coming to that. Yes.
But it is very competitive.
Yes, sir.
Students are working very hard. Now see what happens, you know, in our university also, political science undergraduate honors.
Yes.
Most of the students want to
Political
take political science. Reason is direct benefit to civil services.
Oh, okay. Understand. Yeah.
Not only as a subject, but in the GK also, and in the other aspects. So students are
Going for
really working very hard for that.
Yes.
And but this craze will continue.
This
It
craze.
should continue.
Yeah.
What is wrong in that? It should.
We will shape a new country if everybody is from diverse background.
Oh, yes.
And they converge together, contribute to nation's growth.
And you know, if you see the social status of the students who are who are coming to
Yes,
civil
sir.
services,
Very well said.
they
Yeah.
are from lower middle class.
Very true, sir. Very
Few are from middle class.
Yes, sir.
Most of them are from lower middle class. It means what? Hardworking, intelligent, bright students are coming there.
Yeah. So they know the grassroots reality.
They know,
where it
और
punches.
एक और बात है, नदी तो कहीं से निकल जाए फिर अपने आसपास मिट्टी गीली कर ही लेती है,
Very well said,
है
sir.
ना?
बहुत
So that's
सुंदर.
why, you know, this craze will continue.
Okay. आपको लगता है इस क्रेज को ठीक दिशा देने के लिए टू गिव इट द राइट वे एंड डायरेक्शन, you know, eminent organizations like IIPA, the institute I belong to, and your, you know, university, like such a prestigious university, DU and IIPA, can they collaborate more meaningfully to chisel the minds of these young aspirants and the teachers who teach them?
Yes.
In many ways. sir.
Reason is, you know, like IIPA, you are training them, teaching them.
Yes, sir.
After
At a
their
senior
selection,
level.
after their selection,
And when they reach
at the
that
senior
level.
But when they are, there are two stages.
Yes.
One is when they are preparing for it.
जी, sir.
Second is when they are
They
just
clear.
joining it.
जी, वो तो लबासना मसूरी गए ना
गए,
स्टाइल. हाँ जी, हाँ जी.
उससे पहले तो लार्ज बेस है ना
हाँ,
हमारे
वो
पास
आपके
में.
पास आता है.
आता है.
हाँ, हाँ.
So if we are able to, you know, say condition their mindset.
Yes.
That good governance is essential. These
Yeah.
are the tools of good governance.
Yeah.
Naturally, they will be inspired more for that. And then when they are students and studying this type, then
Yes,
it
sir.
will be very easy for them to practice after
It once
in
they
the service.
join.
In the service,
Yes.
feel that IIPA can play a very important role here, and with DU and IIPA, we will make a very strong platform
Yes, sir.
for our young students, those who those who want to appear for the civil services examinations. We will.
It's a possibility.
It is a possibility, and we will do
Which
something.
will contribute to nation building in a better way.
Naturally,
है ना?
naturally.
And that is a dream which all leaders like you would have. Excellent. I would also like to understand from you, I mean, with specific regard to the doctoral students. I mean, all of us know the amount of PhDs you've guided, so you know the way they are shaped, the students, the scholarly students, PhD students. Sir, they would like to job shadow, senior civil servant, or they would like to have a first-hand experience of governance. So I think even in that aspect, IIPA and DU could handhold each other. You give us doctoral students and we give them a first-hand exposure to the reality of how governments are run, how governance should be, and they bring up those doctoral researches which are not just for the shelf. We just don't keep them in library, but they become tangible
Very true.
public policy formulation documents. So
Very
you
true.
think it's
Very
possible,
true. It is
sir?
possible, and
Okay.
and we should identify few departments and
Okay.
few sectors
Okay.
where we should focus with IIPA, so
Excellent.
that our PhD students
Yes.
will be exposed to the best practices and the
Okay.
real practices.
Okay.
And after that, if they suggest something for the improvement, one is they will publish a paper. That's
Ji,
fine.
sir. Ji,
That
sir.
will help them to get a PhD.
Which is also good. Huh?
But then the whole process of
Is-
Indian system
Is more
will
practical.
improve.
Yes.
Will improve because they will, if they are exposed to the reality, then they can suggest new ways because they have new thought process.
Excellent.
They are young Indians.
Yes, sir.
They have different perspective of a thing which we cannot because we are conditioned now for 30, 40 years we are conditioned.
True.
That's why, like corporate India, they are very particular about this. In the governance also they take new blood.
Okay.
And then they try to expose them to the best practices.
Okay.
Tata's have experimented this.
Yes.
And internationally Google is experimenting the similar type of thing.
Okay.
So yes, IIPA and DU
Yes,
can
sir.
do, and create some sort of, understanding for our PhD students. That will help us.
So
Yes.
that's very reassuring. That's expected
Oh,
out
yes.
of a visionary like
Nahin,
you.
nahin.
And 30 years of experience, sir. You've handled Delhi Technological University. I remember you were part of Baroda University,
MS University, Baroda.
IP University.
IP
I mean,
University.
उससे मतलब I remember all those.
NSIT.
NSIT, definitely. मतलब आपका तो experience is like a platter of pearls, if I could say. With your experience, how do you think this is actually culminating your IT experience, your administrative experience, and exposure to Indian ecosystem? How do you think, what is your vision of contributing to Atmanirbhar Bharat?
Atmanirbhar Bharat means what?
Yes, sir.
I take it as not only as a self-reliance or,
Okay.
but world is now hyper-connected world.
Okay.
Everyone is dependent on others. But
Okay.
Atmanirbhar Bharat, when we say a Bharat with pride
Okay.
and Bharat with new ideas, Bharat with innovations, and we should have 100 multinational companies from India,
Okay.
which will not only serve India, but many other countries also.
Okay.
If we look into that way, I feel that is what developed Bharat is,
All about.
Atmanirbhar Bharat.
Okay. That's
Now,
very well
that's
explained.
a different
vision
analogy.
about, हाँ जी.
That's what I feel Indians can do wonders.
Okay.
And now, Indians have done extremely well outside also.
Very
we have
true.
so many success stories. US, UK,
Yes, sir.
you name a company, you will find CEO, Indian
Yes.
CEO.
Very true.
Or in US, they say if you appoint an Indian CEO, immediately stock price goes up in New York Stock Exchange.
Wow.
That's the reputation of Indians.
Okay.
So Indians are doing extremely well. India is not doing that well if we compare, and that's why Prime Minister has taken this. No, India will also do very well. That's why you are digital India. That's why you are startup India. That's why many
Atmanirbhar Bharat.
Atmanirbhar Bharat. Because
Gati Shakti.
his Gati Shakti. He say India should also do well. If Indians can do well, why can't India do well?
Very
that
true.
well. And we have seen in the last 7 years, so many things have changed in India.
Very true. It makes us so proud.
See, India before 20 years,
Yes,
10
sir.
years, 5 years, and now, and in the next 5 years.
Yes.
We will see a developed India in our lifetime, and I'm very positive and enthusiastic about it.
Awesome.
That we should create a powerful India,
Yes.
developed India for our coming generations. And if we fail to do so, those who will follow us will not forgive us for our tardiness, complacency and negligence. But that will not happen. That will not happen because we have right kind of environment. Now opportunities are there. Environment is in our favor.
Yes.
And
Leadership is in our
leadership is very proactive.
Political leadership.
Political leadership is also very proactive,
Yeah, yeah.
pro-India.
Yeah.
So we don't see that. Why should and why can't we do it? We will do it.
You have given such an optimistic radiance to Startup India, to Tech India, to to students of our country, to civil service, to innovation. What is your last message for what I would say the COVID scarred Gen Z generation? ये अभी जिन बच्चों ने 10th और 12th की है, ऑनलाइन की है, वो थोड़े से मतलब हिल गए हैं, they are little rattled. So what is your message to them?
Oh, my dear students, don't worry. You are a very lucky generation.
Okay.
You got 2 years to experiment from home.
Okay, very well said.
2 years you were with your parents at home.
Yeah.
2 years. You
be
were
technical, digital.
You became more technical.
Yes, sir.
And you have experienced so many things. You must have watched so many movies. You are the lucky generation. Don't think in that way. And the environment is now very positive, enthusiastic, and economically also, very positive in India. And this environment which you are getting for 20 years, your forefathers could not get that.
Very
Your forefathers' fathers could not get that.
True.
And those generations were worked very hard to achieve at this level.
Yes.
But now you have to take India further. And our generation will make developed India, and your generation will make developed plus India. And
Wow. No doubt you are a great leader. I really thank you because you've given such a good hope. You've given so much of, you've opened a plethora of creativity options, and you've also reminded us what India is, how great it is. Our civil servants are great, our education is great.
Oh, yes.
And we have dreams that will take us far ahead.
And I don't see, in my life, I don't see the other side. I don't see it. बहुत लोग हैं ना देखने के लिए, हम ही क्यों देखेंगे? बहुत है देखने के लिए.
और सर हम आगे देखेंगे तो हम आगे बढ़ेंगे.
अदर साइड नहीं, हम तो आगे देखते हैं.
Very
इसलिए
true.
कि अदर साइड नहीं, क्योंकि जिसके पास जो होता है वो देता है.
Wow.
देखो किसी के पास दुख होगा तो दुख बांटेगा.
Yes sir.
खुश होगा तो खुशी बांटेगा.
Yes.
क्रिटिकल होगा तो क्रिटिकलिटी
Critic
बांटेगा.
बांटेगा.
निगेटिव होगा तो निगेटिविटी बांटेगा.
तो हम क्यों
तो जिसके पास जो होगा वो देगा ना. तो हम तो चाहते हैं कि सबके पास अच्छाई हो और अच्छाई बांटे. उसके पास आइडियाज हो, आइडियाज बांटे. उसके पास खुशी हो, खुशी बांटे. बाकी बांटने के लिए बहुत लोग पड़े ना
बहुत कुछ
दूसरे
है. और इनोवेशन, क्रिएटिविटी,
ओरिजिनलिटी
वो हमारे
तीन
पास
शब्द
बहुत
भारत को आगे लेके जाएंगे.
आगे लेके जाएंगे. और सर आपका हमारे साथ बैठना बहुत शुक्रिया फ्रॉम IAPA. ऑल्सो thanks for reassuring us that COVID scarred Gen Z generation is the most lucky generation.
Most lucky generation. Don't
Yeah.
worry.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thanks on behalf of DG IAPA, Shri S.N. Tripathi, who is equally delighted to have you with us.
Thank you.
Thank you.